Alright, Shalom. This is Ariel Ben Yasharala of the GMS Lions Den. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar, Kodash, Ma'amath. A sincere thought to the Akim and the Akwatim, and that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And salutations to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. I want to get into the scripture, into this lesson, the right to give life. Because we, as so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites, we have the right to give life. All right, we have the ability to wake someone up out of the spirit of confusion, out of their slumber here in Babylon. All right, we don't have the ability to do what Esau does, nor do we want to have the ability to do what Esau does. All right, we don't want to be like the heathens. All right. Esau, he can go down into the streets. He can hunt and kill our people and kill other nations of people and get away with it because this world is given into his hands. All right, and he has the ability to do that. And I'm just get into it. This is John chapter 7 verse. I'm gonna start at verse 37. In the last day, the great day of the feast, Yahushua stood and cried, saying, "If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. And he that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." Rivers of living water. If you drink the water, that's stagnant, it's all dirty and stuff like that. But it says, "He that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." So when you believe on Yahweh Shai, you're drinking of his water. That's going to make you not thirsty again. It's going to make you not hungry again when you eat of the whole roll. And also, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water, because everything that you say, people will cling to because you're speaking you're speaking righteousness. You're speaking correctly. All right, I'm gonna go to Sirach, because the times that we're living in are very, very, very. The times that we're living in are bad, but they're gonna get a lot worse. Everything that we see happening around the four corners of the earth are gonna come here to America. People think it's not gonna come. All right, and our right to give life will also turn into the right to kill. First, right now we're fishers, but then we will be hunters. All right, and this is Sirach chapter 39. I'm gonna start at verse 1. "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies." Con. I'm gonna read that one more time. "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies." Con. The scriptures also say, "Set thy mind on things above and not on things here on earth," because this carnal and temporal realm is filled with vanity and lust and filthiness. So it's better to keep your mind propped up on things above, things in the heaven, and meditating on wisdom and keeping your mind occupied on prophecies, because we see there's so much breaking out right now. They're starting to push the chip a little more and more and more. All right, they're passing so many laws. Russia's talking about they're about to bomb here, which we know that they will do eventually, but they just talking about it right now. And it's just a lot of stuff going on, and to be worried about anything other than that is gonna get you killed. All right. And this is Colossians chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 26. "Even the mystery which hath been hid from ages, from generations, but is now made manifest to his saints, to whom Yahweh would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles of Israel," not the Gentiles of the Chinese or the Greeks or nothing like that. "Which is Mashiach in you, the hope of glory, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Mashiach Yahushua, whereunto I also labor, striving according to his working, which worketh in me mightily." Con. We do this for the men out there on the highways and byways. We do this so that way we can say that we did the best we can to wake up our people. All right, we wash the blood off our hands, and we know that because we do that, we're working towards we're working for a just cause. All right, I'm also get the next scripture. Sirach, Salakia, Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 12. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. Thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. When you tell somebody who's sick mentally and spiritually that they're a prince and destined to rule this earth right here, when this kingdom is fallen, there's going to be a new kingdom which rises up from that, and is going to be governed with righteousness. When you tell someone that who is of Israel, their spirit, they're gonna get joyful, all right, because everyone knows that this system of things is vain, it's broken, all right. Everyone knows that it's fucked up, but they don't have the ability to think differently, and if they do, it's filled with vanity or for filthy lucre's sake. They don't have the ability to think with wisdom and for with knowledge and with righteousness. All right, so when you tell them these scriptures, when you allow them to drink from the water that's flowing out of your belly that Yahweh Shai allowed you to have, that's when life springs up. All right, and I'm gonna get the last scripture. I already got Colossians. All right, this is Second Ezra, chapter 14, verse 47. All right, and I'm gonna end it with this. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountains of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of knowledge, and the stream, Salakia, the fountains of wisdom and the stream of knowledge. When we meditate on these scriptures and we invest and give our life to give life, you have to give your life to give life. So out here on the highways and byways and investing yourself in the scripture, you have to give your life to give life, to wake up the other people of the other nations. All right, because that's what we truly put on this earth for right now. All right, we're giving our life to give life because we have the right to give life. The Esau and all these heathens, they have the right to kill and to destroy. All right, because Esau, he was given the sword. He lives by that sword. He's gonna die by that sword. All right, he kills, he robs, he destroys. That's his nature. We have to show our nature of giving life, of waking people up, of bringing people out of confusion, separating ourselves from other people. All right, speaking wise sentence. I'm gonna go back to Wisdom of Solomon because there was a lot more on that. All right, so like it wasn't Wisdom of Solomon, it was Sirach. I'm gonna reread that scripture I read before. This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. This is verse 2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travail through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him. Seek him now while he may be found. All right. Among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer, and make supplication for his sins. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences. He shall pour out wise sentences. In this nation where folly is set high and wisdom is set low, he will pour out wise sentences. All right. There was a conversation between two of my coworkers. He said, "What'd you say?" He said, "Man, don't listen to me. Everything I say," he said, "everything I say don't make sense. You gonna hear me say a lot of that. It's just I'm not gonna make sense every time I talk." But that's a bad thing to say. Even if you are just playing, that's not something that you want to play about. Because that's just saying that you speak foolishness all the time. And that's not a cool thing to say. Even if you are just playing, that's not cool to say. And that type of thing you have to keep a spiritual eye towards, because people around you are going to give a lot of clues to who they are. Because your purpose in life, right now, is to give life and to wake up other people of other nations, of Israel, that is. So that's the whole duty of man, is to follow the commandments. And one of those commandments is to wake up other people of other nations of Israel right now. And we have to try the Spirit by the Spirit. And the way you do that is by keeping a spiritual eye to things. All right. Verse 7. He shall direct his counsel in knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. He shall show forth that which he hath learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Most High. Many shall commend Many shall commend his understanding, and so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. Con, Moses, Noah, Samson, Job, Hosea. Verse 10. Nations shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. If he die, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000. If he live, he shall increase it. Noah, Moses, Samson, Ezekiel, all these people. All right. Verse 12. Yet I have more to say, which I have thought upon, for I am filled as the moon at the full. Hearken unto me, ye children, and bud forth as a rose growing by the brook of the field. Con. And give ye a sweet savor as frankincense, and flourish as a lily. Send forth a smell, and sing a song of praise. Bless the Lord in all his works. Magnify his name, and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips, and with harps, and in praising him, and with harps, and in praising him, ye shall say after his manner, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. So when he says America's about to be destroyed, America's about to be destroyed. It's gonna happen in due season. There's a time for hate, time for love, time for peace, time for war. Right now we're in that time of war. And right now we're also in that time to give life and to wake people up, to allow people to understand who they are and what they need to be doing in their life right now. All right. I want to say shalom.